Sirens scream toward my ranch. Lights flashing, tearing up my Texas dawn. HOA Karen Linda Carver. Blazer starched, called 911. Claiming my houseboat. A masterpiece on my lake. Was her HOA's. To crush. With proof in hand. To sink her empire. And free my water. Don't forget to hit that like button for this video. To support my spirit. Thank you so much. It's 7:30 in the morning. On my Texas ranch. The sun's rising, turning my 3-acre lake into a sheet of gold. My houseboat, a handcrafted beauty of walnut and steel, sits proud at my private dock, gleaming in the dawn light. I'm in work jeans, my boots scuffed from hauling lumber, holding my chipped coffee mug. Engineer, I fix things etched on the side. Every day, I stand here, watching the water ripple, feeling the peace of 40 acres. All mine. I'm Jake Harlan, retired marine engineer. After 30 years building yachts for the rich, sold my Houston firm, bought this old cattle ranch, with a lake at its heart. This boat? 5 years of my soul. Walnut planks, shining like honey. Stainless steel, I forged myself. Glass windows, showing the world in every direction. The deck slate tiles, each one laid by hand, and below, a design studio. 'Cause I don't quit creating. This is my haven, my freedom, on water I own. The crane guy, Hank, set her down yesterday. Gentle as a feather. Jake, she's a masterpiece, he said, dusting off his hands. I grinned. Standing on my cedar dock, built from reclaimed wood. The boat kissed the lake, ripples spreading slow. My chest tightened, like a knot finally untying. Home. I raised my mug, coffee steaming, and whispered, to dreams made real. The lake was quiet, just a hawk's cry, water lapping soft. The ranch sits 300 yards from Lakeview Heights, a ritzy neighborhood, with their HOA and their rules. Never thought they'd care about my private water, until now. 2 hours later, trouble rolls in. I'm on the dock, checking the boat's fittings, when dust clouds rise. A mile down my private road, 3 vehicles tear closer, 2 sheriff's SUVs, lights flashing but silent, and a black Mercedes G-Wagon, shining like it's never seen gravel. My stomach twists. This ain't a friendly visit. I step forward, arms crossed, as they skid to a stop, 20 feet from my boat. 2 deputies climb out, looking like they'd rather be anywhere else. The older one, Martinez, adjusts his hat, face half apologetic. His partner, Thompson, fidgets with his belt, eyes on the ground. Then, the G-Wagon's door slams, and out steps Linda Carver, 50-something, in a blazer and skirt, like she's heading to a boardroom. Not my ranch. Her auburn hair's in a bun, tight as a drum, her green eyes, sharp and cold, lock on my houseboat, like it's a crime. She points, finger trembling, and shouts, "That's it. That floating junk. Arrest him for ruining our community's beauty." I blink. Junk? My boat's a damn sculpture. Ma'am, this is my lake, I say, leaning against the dock, voice steady. Private property, all mine. She storms to the water's edge, heels clicking, arms crossed, like she owns the place. I'm Linda Carver, president of Lakeview Heights HOA. She snaps, voice dripping with authority, like she's a judge. Your boat, it's a hazard, a blight. It's visible from our docks, and my residents won't stand for it. I chuckle. Can't help it. The boat bobbing behind me. Hazard? Linda, I'm 300 yards from your houses. This lake's my ranch. Your HOA's got no say here. Her face goes red, clashing with that blazer. No say? She hisses, pulling out her phone, snapping photos of my boat. I run 5 HOAs in this county. That eyesore's tanking our property values, and I'll have it gone. Deputy Martinez sighs. Stepping up. Sir, we got a complaint about an unauthorized structure and disturbing the peace. His tone says he's just following orders. Thompson coughs, hiding a grin. Unauthorized, I say, raising an eyebrow. I've got the deed, the survey, every permit filed. This lake's private, doesn't touch public water. Linda's got no jurisdiction. Linda's eyes narrow, like a cat spotting prey. No jurisdiction? She snaps, voice rising. Our aesthetic rules cover lake-adjacent properties. You'll pay $1,000 a day until that boat's removed. Martinez shakes his head. Ma'am, if his papers check out, we can't do much. It's his land. Thompson nods, muttering. She's always like this. Linda's face twists. She types fast on her phone. This isn't over, Harlan, she says. Voice ice. Cold. You'll get my fine and my lawyer's call. She spins, storms back to her G-Wagon, and peels out, leaving dust in her wake. The deputies linger. Martinez handed me his card. Mr. Harlan. She's trouble. Runs that HOA like a dictator. Keep your permits ready. She's got connections, Thompson adds. And a temper. Bigger than Texas. They drive off, leaving me staring at my boat. Still perfect. Still mine. I head to my cabin, a prefab I set up near the lake, and fire up my laptop. Time to dig. Linda Carver's name's all over the internet. President of 5 HOAs. Each one a lakefront community. Forums call her a tyrant, fining folks for mailbox colors, banning boats she doesn't like, even charging kids for playing too loud. One post dubs her Karen Supreme. I laugh, but then I see it. A 3-year-old article. Lakeview Heights, HOA probed for fund misuse. Something about a failed marina project. Money vanishing. Linda dodging questions. The case died, but comments hint at bigger dirt. Kickbacks, shady deals. A boating accident nobody talks about. My gut says. She's not just mad about my boat. She's scared. I sip cold coffee, staring at the lake. My boat glowing under the noon sun. $1,000 a day? She thinks she can scare me, but I've faced worse. Corporate execs. Hurricane seasons. I text Sarah Ruiz, my old lawyer from Houston. Need intel on an HOA president. Linda Carver. She's fining me for my houseboat on my lake. Sarah texts back. Oh, you've got a live one. I'll call my county clerk buddy. Give me a day. I nod to myself, leaning back. Linda's started a fight, but she's about to learn. I don't back down. I built this boat, this life, and no HOA queen's gonna sink it. Tomorrow, I'll hunt for her secrets. She's got skeletons, and I'm damn good at finding them. It's 6 in the morning. The Texas dawn painting my lake, gold and pink. My houseboat, walnut hull gleamin'. Bob's gentle at the cedar dock. Linda Carver's threat. $1,000 a day to ditch my boat burns in my head. Her G-Wagon dust trail, her HOA empire, her cold green eyes. They're all I see when I close mine. Today, I start digging. I head to my cabin, laptop humming, and pull up the article again. Lakeview Heights HOA probe for fund misuse. 3 years back, money vanished for a marina project. Linda skated free. Comments mention a boating accident. Whispers of cover-ups. My engineer's brain clicks. She's not just bullying me. She's protecting a secret. I text Sarah Ruiz, my lawyer friend. Any word from your county clerk? Her reply's quick. Clerk's pulling records. Linda's tied to a shady land deal. Near your lake. Details tonight. I grab my keys. I head into town. Time to talk to folks who know Linda's game. First stop's Rusty's Diner. A greasy spoon where ranchers and locals swap stories. Rusty, a burly guy with a gray beard, pours me coffee. Jake, heard you're tangling with Linda Carver, he says, wiping the counter. She's trouble. Find my cousin $400. for a non-compliant fence. What's your beef? I show him Martinez's card. Tell him about the $1,000 fine. She called my houseboat a hazard on my own lake. Says it's ruining her HOA's view. Rusty laughs. Loud. Your boat? That's art. Linda's got a stick up her well. You know. Talk to Maria Lopez. Lives by Lakeview Heights. Her brother got run out of there by Linda's fines. I drive to Maria's. A small ranch house. Flowers blooming despite the heat. She's 40. Wary. Checking my truck like Linda might be tailing me. Jake Harlan? She asks. Door half open. I nod, showing her the deed to my land. She softens, inviting me in. My brother Carlos. He had a fishing boat, she says, handing me iced tea. Linda fined him $600 a day, called it a navigation risk. He sold it, moved to Dallas, broke his heart. I lean forward. Why is she so obsessed with boats? Maria's eyes flick to the window. Lakeview Heights roofs visible across the field. Something happened 7 years ago. A guy named Tom Bennett died in a boating accident. Linda's husband, he was involved. Never clear how, but she's been nuts about boats since. And, she pauses, voice dropping. Carlos found papers in the HOA office. Linda's been using your lake shore for a private dock. No permit. My jaw tightens. She's on my land? Maria nods, sliding me a photo, grainy, showing a dock on my lake's north edge, hidden by pines. Carlos took this before he left. Linda's planning a big marina, using your water, without asking. I pocket the photo, heart racing. Thanks, Maria. This changes everything. Back at the ranch, I hike to the north shore, pushing through brush. There it is, a half-built dock, concrete pilings sunk into my lake bed. No signs, no permits, just Linda's nerve. I snap pics, my blood boiling. She's stealing my water, finding me to keep me quiet. I call Sarah, voice hard. Found an illegal dock on my lake. Linda's building a marina. No permission. Sarah's all business. That's trespassing. Send me the pics. Clerk just sent me something. Linda's HOA took $200,000 from resident dues for lake improvements. No bids. No contracts. I'm betting it's that dock. I'm pacing the dock. My houseboat, a beacon in the dusk. Linda's not just a control freak. She's a thief. I text Maria. Got a friend who can dig into that accident? Tom Bennett? She replies. My cousin's a reporter. I'll ask. By evening, a white envelope's taped to my gate. Lakeview Heights OA in bold. My gut sinks. I rip it open. Violation notice. $1,000. Daily fine. Unauthorized vessel. Linda's signature. Sharp as a blade. But there's more. A handwritten note. Remove it or regret it. You're not untouchable, Harlan. My hands shake. Not fear. Anger. She's threatening me. On my own land. I call Rusty, who's heard rumors. Linda's holding an HOA meeting tonight, he says. Pushing new boat rules, probably aiming at you. Want to crash it? I grin. Cold. Oh, I'm going. The Lakeview Heights Community Center's a beige box, packed with 30 residents, clutching water bottles, looking nervous. Linda's at a podium in a navy blazer, banging a gavel, like she's running a trial. Her assistant, a twitchy guy named Paul, passes out agendas. I slip in, standing in the back, deed and doc pics in my pocket. Maria's there, nodding subtle, her phone out. Recording. Linda starts. Voice smooth, but sharp. Our community's under threat from outsiders like Jake Harlan. His houseboat, it's a safety risk and lowering our home values. We fined him to protect Lakeview Heights. I step forward, heart pounding. Can I speak, Miss Carver? Her eyes slit. You're not a resident. Sit down. I hold up the deed. Slow. Maybe not. But I own this lake. And the shore where you're building an illegal dock. Without my okay. Care to explain why you're finding me while trespassing on my land? The room gasps. Heads turning. A woman, Mrs. Chin, whispers. Illegal dock? Maria's phone shakes. She's streaming now. 10,000 views. Keep going. Linda's face tightens, but she's quick. That's nonsense. Harlan, our dock's approved. For community use. I pull out the pics, holding them high. Approved? No permits. No lease. You're on my property, using $200,000 of HOA money. For a private marina. That's theft. The crowd murmurs. Phones lighten up. Paul stammers. It's budgeted. But someone shouts. Quiet, Paul. Mrs. Chin stands, voice shaky. Linda, you find my kayak. $300 a day. For aesthetics. Now you're stealing his lake? Linda bangs her gavel. Order. Harlan's lying. Stirring trouble. I smile. Calm. Lion? I've got county records, photos, and a threat. You taped to my gate. I show the note. Reading it loud. Remove it. Or regret it. The room's electric. Residents shifting. Eyes on Linda. A man. Mr. Patel. Waves a fine notice. She charged me $500. For my boat's color. Where's our dues going? Linda? Paul mutters. It's under review. But the crowd's turning. Maria's stream hits 50,000 views. Comments flooding. Get her, Jake. Expose the OA. Linda's voice rises. This meeting's about standards. Not your baseless claims, all in favor of banning Harlan's boat. Raise your hands. 3 hands go up, then drop, as eyes lock on me. I nod to Maria, who's smiling. 100,000 views. She's losing them. That night. My security cams ping. Movement by the dock. I check the footage. Heart racing. A figure in a hoodie. Spray paint in my boat. Get out. I zoom in, catching Paul's face. His HOA badge gleaming. I save the clip, grinning cold. Got you. I call Rusty. Who's up? Send me that video, he says. Paul's her errand boy. She's desperate. Next morning, Maria's at my gate. Buzzing. Streams at 200,000. My cousin found something on Tom Bennett's accident. Linda's husband. He owned the boat. Cops called it a mechanical failure. But the report's sealed. Fishy, right? I nod. Mind spinning. Fishy as hell. Keep digging. Sarah calls. Voice urgent. Jake. Clerk's got bank records. Linda's HOA wired $50,000 to a contractor, her brother-in-law, for that dock. No competitive bids. No county approval. I'm staring at my boat, paint dripping down its hull. Linda's not just finding me. She's running a scam. Using my lake, my land, to bankroll it. I'm suing her. But first, I'm taking this public. Maria streams my weapon, and Linda's about to feel the wake. It's 5:45 in the morning. The Texas sky's still dark. My lake, a black mirror, under the stars. My houseboat, walnut hull scarred with Paul's spray-painted "Get Out." Today, I'm dropping an anchor, writing her plans. I'm in my cabin, laptop glowing, reviewing Paul's vandalism footage. His face, clear under my dock's floodlight. HOA badge shining. I email it to Sarah Ruiz, my lawyer friend, with a note. Caught Linda's guy red-handed. What's our play? Her reply's instant. This is gold, Jake. Trespassing. Vandalism. We can file charges. Clerk's got more. Linda's brother in. Law's company got $100,000 for consulting on that dock. No work logged. I'm drafting a cease and desist for her marina project. I lean back, staring at the lake through my window. Linda's not just stealing my land. She's running a racket and funneling HOA money to her family. Maria's cousins digging into Tom Bennett's accident. 7 years ago, tied to Linda's husband. Something tells me it's the key to why she hates my boat. I text Maria. Any word on that police report? She replies. Cousins hitting walls. Reports Loctite. But he found a witness. Old dockhand. Says Linda's husband was drunk. Night of the crash. Meets you tomorrow. I grab my toolbox. Head to the dock. The spray paint's dry, mocking me. I scrub it off. My hand shaking. Not with fear, but fury. This boat's my life. My dream. And Linda's trying to sink it. By 7, the hull's clean. But my blood's still hot. I check the illegal dock. North Shore. Its concrete pilings glaring in the morning light. I snap more pics. Noticing fresh tire tracks. Narrow. Like a utility cart. Someone's been here. Recent. I follow him. Finding a tarp-covered pile. Rebar and cement bags. Stamped with Carver Construction. Linda's brother-in-law. Building her marina on my dime. I call Rusty, the diner owner, who's got ears everywhere. Jake, you're stirring a hornet's nest, he says. Chuckle deep. Heard Linda's pushing a new HOA vote to ban all boats visible from their docks. She's calling you a public menace. I grip the phone. She's covering her tracks with my lake. You know anyone who worked that accident? Tom Bennett? Rusty pauses. Maybe. Old Pete used to clean boats at the county marina. He was there on night it happened. Lives out by the feed store now. Careful, though. Linda's got spies. I drive to Pete's, a rusty trailer. Chicken scratching in the yard. He's 70. Leathery skin, eyes sharp despite the years. You're the houseboat guy, he says. Not inviting me in. What's Linda done now? I show him the dock pics. The fine notice. She's fining me. Building on my land. Vandalizing my boat. Maria says. You saw something. 7 years ago. Tom Bennett's crash. Pete's eyes flick to the road. Like Linda might roll up. Was working late. Cleaning a pontoon. He says, voice low. Tom's boat. A sleek cruiser. Went out with Linda's husband, Greg Carver. Both drunk, laughing loud. Heard a crash. Round midnight. Found Tom's body. Next morning. Greg swore he blacked out. Didn't know what happened. Cops called it a throttle failure. But I saw that boat. Day before. Nothing wrong with it. My gut twists. You think Greg lied? Pete shrugs. Linda showed up. After the crash. Crying but calm. Paid the marina to stay quiet. Donated big to the sheriff's fund. Report got buried. Greg died a year later. Heart attack. She's been hell on boats since. I thank him. Mind racing. Linda's hiding a death. Maybe a crime. And my boat's stirring ghosts. Back at the ranch, a new HOA flyer's nailed to my gate. Emergency meeting, community safety, addressing Jake Harlan's disruptions. Linda's doubling down, painting me as the villain. I'm going, but not alone. I call Maria, who's fired up. Streams at 300,000 Jake. Residents are mad. Linda's fines hitting everyone. I'm bringing Carlos, my brother, to the meeting. He's got more dirt. The community center's packed. 40 residents. Tension thick as fog. Linda's at the podium, in a red blazer, gavel banging like a war drum. Paul's beside her, sweating through his shirt, avoiding my eyes. Maria's in the back, streaming. 400,000 views. Let's do this. Carlos, a wiry guy with a fisherman's tan, nods at me, holding a folder. Linda starts, voice sharp as glass. Jake Harlan's houseboat is a danger to our community. It's driving down property values, causing distress. We propose a $2,000 daily fine and a ban on all non-approved vessels visible from our docks. I stand, deed in hand. Mind if I speak, Miss Carver? Her face hardens. You're not a member. Harlan. Sit. I hold up the vandalism footage. On my phone. Maybe not, but I've got video of your assistant Paul defacing my boat on my lake, and pics of your illegal dock built with HOA money on my land. Want to talk about that? The room erupts, gasps, and whispers. Maria's stream hits 500,000. He's got her. Carlos jumps up, waving his folder. I worked HOA records before Linda ran me out. She's been charging residents for lake fees, $150,000 total, wired to Carver Construction, her brother-in-law's firm, for a dock on Jake's property. Linda's gavel slams. Lies. This is harassment. To undermine our standards? Mrs. Chin, the kayak owner, stands. Harassment? You fine me $300 a day for a blue kayak. Where's my dues going? Linda? Mr. Patel, boat color guy, shouts. And why's Carver Construction billing us for a marina we never voted on? Paul mumbles. It's approved. But the crowd's turning. Maria's stream hits 600,000. Comments screaming. Take her down. Linda's face goes pale, then red. This meeting's adjourned. She snaps, grabbing her gavel. I step closer, voice calm. Not yet. I'm filing charges. Vandalism, trespassing, and Sarah Ruiz, my lawyer, is suing your HOA for fraud. That $200,000 you stole? It's coming to light. The room's chaos. Residents yelling, phones recording. Linda storms out, Paul trailing like a scolded dog. Maria's stream hits 700,000. Carlos high-fiving me. We got her shaken, he says. But she's dangerous. When cornered, that night, my cams catch movement. Near the illegal dock. I check the footage. Pulse hammering. 2 figures. One in a Carver Construction jacket. Dumping cement bags into my lake. I save the clip. Calling Sarah. They're polluting my water to hide evidence. She's livid. That's environmental violation. On top of trespassing. I'm calling the county and the EPA. Send me the video. Next morning, Rusty's at my gate with coffee. Jake, town's buzzing. Maria streams at 1,000,000. Linda's calling a crisis meeting with the mayor. Tonight? You crashing? I grin. Wouldn't miss it. Sarah pulls up, handing me a cease and desist letter for Linda's dock. Deliver this. At the meeting, county's sending an inspector to your lake tomorrow. Linda's brother-in-law's firm just got flagged for tax evasion. She's collapsing. I'm at the lake, staring at my boat. It's hull clean, but battle-scarred. Linda's not just fighting me. She's fighting truth about her husband, her scams, her power. Maria streams my megaphone. Pete's story my map. Sarah's law my hammer. Tonight, I'm dropping the anchor and Linda's ship's going down. Last night's meeting, with Maria's stream hitting 1,000,000 views, showed Linda's on the ropes. But those cement bags, that threat on my gate, they're her claws digging in. Tonight, I'm turning the tide, and her secrets are coming up for air. I'm in my cabin, laptop open, replaying the footage of 2 figures, one in a Carver Construction jacket, dumping cement bags into my lake. The timestamp reads 2 in the morning. Their faces blurry, but the jacket's logo clear. I email it to Sarah Ruiz, my lawyer, with a note. Caught him polluting my water. What's next? Sarah calls, voice crackling with energy. Jake, this is felony level. Environmental violation, trespassing, destruction of property. County inspectors coming at 8 tomorrow. EPA's looping in. Linda's brother-in-law's firm, Carver Construction, just got hit with an IRS audit, tied to that $200,000 HOA scam. Deliver that cease and desist tonight at her crisis meeting, and we'll bury her. I pocket the letter. It's legal weight like a loaded gun. Maria's text pings. Streams at 1,000,000 200,000. Mayor's at the meetin'. Linda's pulling strings. Carlos and I are ready. Bring in more HOA records. Crash it hard. I nod to myself, grabbing my deed. The doc pics. And Pete's story about Tom Bennett's accident. 7 years ago. Linda's husband, Greg Carver, drunk on that boat. A death swept under. My boat's stirring that truth. And she's desperate to keep it drowned. I drive to Rusty's diner. Needin' a quick word before the meetin'. Rusty's wiping glasses. Grin wide. Jake, you're a damn legend. Maria's streams got the whole county watchin'. Linda's calling you a terrorist now. Says your boat's tanking her HOA's future. What's your play? I sip his burnt coffee. Gonna hit her meetin'. With proof. Her doc's illegal. Her money's dirty. And that accident with Tom Bennett? Something's off. Pete said Greg was drunk. But the boat was fine. Linda paid to hush it. Rusty's eyes narrow. Heard that too. Linda's got the sheriff in her pocket. But folks are talking. Old dockhand named Clara. She saw Greg stumble off that boat. Night it happened. Lives by the mill now. Might know more. I thank him. Mind racing. Clara could crack this open. But first, Linda's meetin'. The Lakeview Heights Community Center's a pressure cooker. 50 residents packed in. Whisperin' like a storm's comin'. Linda's at the podium. In a black blazer. Gavel bangin'. Face tight as a drum. Paul's beside her. Looking like he's gonna bolt. Mayor Thompson, a slick guy in a bolo tie, sits up front, nodding to Linda like a puppet. Maria's in the back, streaming. 1,500,000 views. Let's roll. Carlos, clutching his folder, gives me a nod. Linda starts, voice sharp as a blade. Jake Harlan's houseboat is a menace, threatening our safety, our property values, our peace. His accusations about our dock are lies, meant to destroy our community. We're fining him $2,500 daily and pushing a county ordinance to ban all unapproved vessels. On lake-adjacent properties, I stand, heart thumping, deed raised. Can I speak, Miss Carver? Her eyes blaze. You're an outsider. Harlan, sit down. I hold up the cease and desist. Slow. Not when you're building on my land. Without a permit. I've got video of your crew dumping cement in my lake last night and records showing $200,000 of HOA funds wired to your brother-in-law for an illegal marina on my shore. The room explodes, shouts, and gasps. Maria's stream hits 1,800,000. He's dropping bombs. Carlos leaps up, waving his folder. I've got bank transfers. $50,000 more. To Carver Construction, labeled consultant fees. No work done. Linda's stealing our dues. Linda's gavel slams. This is slander. You're disrupting our community. Mrs. Chin, the kayak lady, stands. Voice firm. Slander? You find my daughter's canoe. $400 a day. For visual clutter. Now you're polluting Jake's lake? Mr. Patel, boat color guy, waves his phone. And I found emails. Linda telling Paul to handle Jake's boat. By any means. That's vandalism. Paul stammers. I didn't mean. But the crowd's roaring. Maria's stream hits 2 million. Comments floodin'. Ender. Jake's a hero. Mayor Thompson shifts, sweatin'. His bolo tie crooked. I step forward, voice steady. Here's a cease and desist. Miss Carver, for your dock. County's inspecting tomorrow. EPA's coming. And this? I show the cement dumping footage. Plugging my phone into their projector. Your crew. Poison in my lake. To hide your scam. The screen lights up. Gasps fill the room. The Carver construction jacket, clear as day. Cement bags sinking into my water. That's her brother-in-law. Someone yells. Linda's face goes white. Then red. That's doctored. Harlan's framing me. Maria's stream hits 2,200,000. She's lying. I hand the mayor the cease and desist. You're backing her. Thompson. But the county's watching. And so's the EPA. Thompson coughs. Now, let's not rush. But the crowd's turning. A woman, Mrs. Larson, stands. Linda, you find my jet ski. $500 a day. For noise. Jake's got proof. You're a crook. Linda screams. This is my community. Harlan's ruining our future. Our marina. I lean in. Cold. Your marina? On my land? With stolen money? And what about Tom Bennett? 7 years ago. Your husband's boat. No mechanical failure. But you paid to bury the truth. The room freezes. Linda's eyes widen. Like I've stabbed her. Don't you dare. She whispers. Voice cracking. Thompson jumps up. This meeting's over. He grabs Linda's arm, pulling her toward the door. Paul scrambles after, dropping his clipboard. Maria's stream hits 2,500,000. Carlos shouting. They're running. Residents surge forward, yelling. Resign. Thief. I stay put, heart pounding, watching Linda's empire crack. Outside. Maria's got her phone up. 3 million views. Jake just flipped the table. Carlos hands me a new doc. Found this in HOA files. Linda took $300,000 in emergency funds for her marina. No board approval. I'm driving home. The cease and desist delivered. When my cams ping. Movement by the dock. I check the footage. Pulse racing. A pickup. Carver Construction logo. Backing up to my illegal dock. Load in rebar to haul it away. I call Sarah. They're cleaning up, trying to erase evidence. She's fierce. County's on it. Inspectors adding theft of materials. EPA's testing your water for cement toxins. Linda's done. Next morning, the inspector, a no-nonsense woman named Lee, walks my shore, taking samples. Mr. Harlan, this dock's unpermitted, and the cement's polluted your lake bed. Carver Construction's facing $50,000 in fines, and Linda's HOA's liable. I show her the footage. The rebar haul. Lee nods. Attempted cover-up. I'm referring this to the DA. Maria's at the gate. Streaming. 3,500,000 views. County's nailing Linda? Rusty pulls up. With Clara. The old dockhand. She's 60. Frail, but fierce. Saw your stream, she says. Voice raspy. Night Tom died. Greg Carver was plastered. Bragging about a land deal. With the mayor. Boat hit a buoy. Greg swam to shore. Left Tom to drown. Linda knew. Paid us to shut up. My jaw drops. You'll testify? Clara nods. For Tom? Yeah. Maria's stream hits 4 million. Truth's coming out. Sarah calls. Da's opening a fraud case. Against Linda and Thompson. Clara's story. It's reopening Tom's case. As manslaughter. You've got her, Jake. I'm on the dock, staring at my boat. The lake sparkling. Linda's not just a thief. She's tied to a death. And my boat's pulling it all to the surface. Maria's stream. Clara's truth. Sarah's law. They're my current. Tomorrow, the DA's coming. And Linda's reign's gonna sink. I'm on the porch. Laptop humming. Reviewing the chaos. Maria's footage. Linda's face crumbling as I showed her crew dumping cement. Clara's voice spilling about Greg Carver leaving Tom to drown. It's all online. 5 million views now. Sarah Ruiz, my lawyer. Texts. Da's here at 9. Linda's facing fraud. Trespassing. Environmental violations. Thompson's named in Tom's case. Manslaughter probe. You've won, Jake. I smile, but my eyes drift to the lake, where Linda's dock once stood. The county tore it down yesterday, leaving scars in my shore. Victory's sweet, but the fights left marks. I walk the North Shore. Inspector Lee's report in hand. The cement's gone, but the lake bed's damaged. $30,000 to restore. Linda's HOA's footing it. And Carver Construction's bankrupt, hit with $100,000 in fines. I kick a stray rebar, thinking of Clara's words. Greg's drunken brag. Linda's payoffs. Tom's death wasn't just an accident. It was a cover-up, and my boat brought it to light. I text Maria. Stream the DA meeting? Let's close this. She replies. 6 million views already. I'm there. Rusty pulls up, and his truck rattling. Clara in the passenger's seat. Jake, you're a damn hero, Rusty says, handing me coffee. Town's calling you Lake Liberator. Clara's testifying. Wants to see Linda fall. Clara nods. Eyes fierce. Tom was my friend. Linda's money. Her mayor pals. They buried him. Not anymore. I thank him. Heart heavy but strong. This ain't just my fight. It's theirs too. At 9, the DA's SUV rolls in, followed by Sarah's sedan. DA Martinez, a sharp woman in her 40s, shakes my hand. Mr. Harlan, your evidence. Maria's stream. Clara's statement. It's airtight. Linda's charged with fraud, embezzling $350,000 from the HOA, plus environmental crimes. Mayor Thompson's facing bribery. And we're reopening Tom Bennett's case as manslaughter against Greg Carver's estate, with Linda as accomplice. I show her the lake. The dock's remains. She stole my shore. Fined me for my boat. To hide her scam. What's next? Martina's eyes harden. Arraignment's tomorrow. Linda's out on bail, but her HOA's dissolved. Residents voting for a new board. Thompson's resigning. Effective noon. You're suing for damages? Sarah nods. $150,000. For the lake bed. Vandalism. Distress. Linda's personal assets. Her house. It's all fair game. I'm starring at my boat. It's Hula Beacon. Make sure the residents get their dues back. That $350,000. It's theirs. Martinez smiles. Already in motion. You've done good, Harlan. Maria's at the gate. Streaming. 7 million views. Days on Jake's ranch. Residents pull up. Mrs. Chen, Mr. Patel. Carlos, bringing donuts. Cheering like it's a tailgate. By noon, the news hits. Linda's arrested. Cuffed at her mansion. Maria's stream catching it live. 8 million views. Thompson's resignation's on every local station. His bolo tie gone. Face pale. I'm at Rusty's diner. Locals clapping me on the back. Jake, you took down the HOA queen. A rancher shouts. Buying my coffee. I laugh. But Clara's words linger. Linda knew. Paid us to shut up. I drive to the courthouse. Arraignment's at 2. The room's packed. Residents. Reporters. Maria streaming. 9 million views. Justice time. 9 day. Linda's in a gray sweater. No blazer. No smirk. Her lawyer fumbling papers. The judge, a stern Texan named Carter, reads the charges. Fraud, embezzlement, environmental violation, conspiracy to conceal a felony. Linda pleads not guilty, but her eyes, they're empty, like she's already lost. Sarah presents my evidence. The cement footage, Carlos's bank records, Clara's affidavit. I take the stand, voice steady. Linda fined me $2,500 a day for my houseboat on my private lake, built an illegal dock with stolen HOA funds, polluted my water, vandalized my boat to silence me. Her husband's boat killed Tom Bennett, and she buried it with payoffs. The room's silent. Linda's lawyer objects. Speculation. Carter overrules. Clara Wilson's testimony corroborates a cover-up. Proceed. Clara stands, and frail but fierce. I saw Greg Carver, drunk, leaving Tom to drown. Linda paid the marina $20,000 to stay quiet. Paid the sheriff. Donated to his campaign. Tom's death wasn't an accident. It was neglect. Linda's head drops. Her lawyer hushes her. But the crowd's murmur grows. Maria's stream hits 10 million. Truth's out. Carter sets bail at $500,000. Orders Linda's assets frozen. She's let out, glaring at me. You'll regret this, Harlan. I meet her eyes. Calm. You regretted finding me. Linda. The room buzzes. Residents hugging. Maria's phone shaking. 11 million views. She's done. Outside. Sarah's all smiles. We've got her. Civil suit's next. $150,000 minimum. HOA's paying residents back. $300,000 so far. Carlos hands me a new doc. Linda's brother-in-law. He's flipping on her, admitting the $350,000 was a kickback scheme. I'm back at the ranch. Dusk settling. Lake sparkling. The lawsuit's filed, but I'm thinking of the residents. The ones Linda crushed. Mrs. Chin's kayak. Patel's boat. Carlos's fishing dreams. I call Maria. Stream a town meeting. Tomorrow, I'm inviting everyone to use my lake. Free, if they respect it. She laughs. 12 million views coming. You're changing this town, Jake. Next morning. The lake's alive. 20 residents. Boats bobbing. Kids fishing. Laughter. Echoing. Mrs. Chin's yellow kayak glides. Patel's blue boat shines. Carlos teaches a kid to cast. Maria's streaming. 13 million views. Jake's lake's free. I stand on the dock, mug in hand, watching my boat glow. The lake bed's healing. The HOA's gone. Linda's facing 7 years. Thompson's indicted. Their marina scam dead. Rusty stops by. With Clara. You gave Tom justice, she says, tearing up. This lake. It's his memorial now. I nod, to throat tight. And everyone's... Sarah calls. Court's fast, tracking the suit. Linda's settling. $200,000. To avoid trial, residents get $350,000. Split even. I grin. Good. Build a public dock. Name it Tom's Landing. By evening, the town's buzzing. New HOA board elected. Resident run. No fines. No scams. My lake's renamed Harmony Wake. Signs going up next week. Maria's final stream. 15 million views. Pans my boat. This is Jake's victory. A lake for all. I'm on the dock. Stars out. I'm mug warm. Linda thought she could find me. Steal my shore. Bury her sins. But truth don't stay sunk. Maria's stream. Clara's courage. Sarah's law. Today lifted it. My boat's not just a dream. It's a reckoning. I raise my mug. To the lake. To freedom's wake. Some fights are bigger than one ranch. One boat. Linda taught me. Bullies fall. When you stand tall. Drop a blue heart. If you believe every lake, every dream, deserves defending. I'm Jake Harlan. From a ranch that broke a tyrant. Thanks for riding the waves, and let's keep the water free.